Ginny Salisa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'd like to talk about the new Part 5A of this bill. It actually gives a new definition to nurse practitioner. The new definition specifies that it means someone who is deemed to be registered with the Nursing Council of New Zealand under the Health Practitioners Competence Assurance Act 2003 as a nurse whose scope of practice permits the performance of nurse practitioners and functions and holds a current practicing certificate. Mr. Chair, I agree with my colleague Louisa Wall when she stated earlier on that this legislation would probably allow for more innovative models and delivery of services and care, especially from Māori and Pacific providers. And we look forward particularly to seeing how that model of care develops. This government talks a lot about innovative care, and they do talk about new models of care, and we believe that this legislation would allow some of that to actually come through and be developed. A lot of our workforce, Mr. Chair, health workforce, they work very long hours. They have to do much more with much less. And we know that a survey of doctors recently that has come out, they surveyed just over 3,000 doctors, revealed just how overworked our doctors are. Many of them reporting that they work 16-hour shifts, and some of them for 12 consecutive days in a row. Nearly 300 of our doctors reported falling asleep, particularly when they drive home, and some of them say that they must actually take a nap before getting on the road. Mr. Chair, we believe that this legislation allowing our nurse practitioners to assist should actually help out with ensuring that our doctors, especially our junior doctors, don't work such long shifts, such long hours. It is not in the interests of safety, not for our doctors and our health workforce, and most definitely not for our patients either. Our health workforce, they deal with life and death situations, and when they are overtired, Mr. Chair, it affects the patients, it affects our families, and it affects us as societies. Nurses and GPs deal with much more complex issues right now. And they deal with a lot of specialist assessment that they then have to send back to their GPs. It was a year ago when we first debated this bill in this House. We know from our health workforce, particularly our nurses, that they have been quite frustrated with just how long this legislation has taken to get to this stage. And Mr. Chair, Labor is very supportive of this bill, and we look forward to its passage. Thank you.
Members, we